So a couple of years ago I taught my daughter to drive, and when she passed her test and we were looking to getting her a car, we went to a car showroom to have a little look, sat down with the guy, and I remember him saying to my daughter, so what sort of things are you looking for on your car, what sort of things do you like or whatever. And the first thing she said was, well, I need to make sure it's got a USB lead for my phone. And I sort of looked at my husband, and I looked back at the car salesman, and I said, yeah, don't worry about the fact if it's got any decent tyres, or the brakes are any good, just as long as it's got the USB lead. And we were sort of laughing, because obviously, being a 17-year-old, that's what she was thinking about me. Plug a phone in and play her music. So anyway, importance of tyres. We're coming into that time of year now where the weather's going to get bad. I know with British, some of you can still get rubbish weather and what have you, but this is the time of year you need to start thinking about when you get your car. You won't even be thinking about it now if you're a learner driver, but when you pass your test. And I'm saying this especially as a girl, because they think that we don't know anything about cars and that we can't do things on ourselves, and we're totally capable. So you girls, listen up so that you don't have to rely on somebody to show you what to do. So I've just had 2 brand new tyres put on my car. So my tyre tread was down to about 3 mil, and the bare minimum for the UK for driving is a minimum of 1.6 millimetres within the central 3/4 of tyre and for the whole circumference of the tyre. Now you can, if you're like, most people don't even know what 1.6 millimetres looks like, if you can either purchase a tyre tread gauge, which obviously you push it in it's like a little sliding rule type thing, and you put it into the tread and it will tell you what the tread depth is. And I've actually got one of those because I like to show my students actually how small 1.6 millimetres is. I'd never drive around with 1.6. Or another way that you can check to see if you have got a minimum of 1.6 millimetres is if you get a 20p coin. You know, the 20p coin has got like a little edge around it. Okay, so if you stick that into the tread, it should disappear. Because if it disappears, then that tread, like that little ridge around the edge, is about 1.6 millimetres. So if you leave the edge, then you know that your tyre tread is less, so it would need to disappear. Hope that makes sense. But this time of year, I would no way be driving with my tyres that low. I'd got 3 mil on, and coming into the winter, that's the bare minimum that I would be having on my tyres. So I've just had 2 brand new front tyres because I want to make sure that I've got the best possible grip. Yep, if you're driving along somewhere, say you're on a dual carriage or a motorway and you're travelling at 70 miles an hour, and up ahead everything comes to a very abrupt stop, maybe there's an accident or something like that, you're going to want to know that your car is going to stop, and the more tread that you have on the tyres, the better. Now, the USB point in your car is not going to help you stop. So I know obviously it's good to have one in there, point in mind, but what I'm trying to say is those tyres are important. So when you get down to 3 mil in the winter, that's when it starts getting quite low. That's when I would say to you, forget about buying some gadget or something for your car or whatever. Think about your tyres. They're really, really important. Now, if you're unsure about as to whether you've got decent tread, go to a local tyre specialist, because they're usually very, very honest. I've used the same one for Lord knows how many years. If I go in there and I go, I think that they're looking a bit low, and they'll go, no, you must have got about another 1,000 miles in those, and they'll keep going. But obviously, once I get to this time of year, I've just took mine in and I've said they're getting a bit low, and they go, yeah, they're getting sort of lowish, and I've just had 2 brand new ones on. So my tyre tread most probably on my car is maybe somewhere between 8 and 10 mil, which means I'm going to have good grip on the road. They were all not fitting the requirements. So get brand new tyres. This time of year, which is September, we're coming towards the end of September now, start thinking about whether you've what your tread's like. You know now that you can use your 20p coin if you didn't know that already, and make sure they're inflated correctly. Again, if you've got somebody that can show you how to do it, that's great. If not, quite often these tyre places, they will check them for you. If you take them in there and you say I'm not sure or whatever, then take them in and they'll usually have a look at them. So make sure you've got decent tyres. If you've got a USB point, that's a bonus, but think about the important things like your tyres and your brakes, because we want to stay safe out there. Take care.
Part-worn tyres are dangerous because they often have hidden structural damage, reduced tread depth, and causing poor grip and increased braking distances, and are frequently sold illegally without meeting safety standards, increasing the risks of blowouts, loss of control and serious accidents. These risks pose a danger to the driver, passengers and other road users. And it could also lead to insurance issues if an accident occurs. Now remember that 20p piece is only 1.6mm on that little edging, so you'd want it, if you want over 3mm in your tyres, you'd want that double that width. I hope you found that video helpful. Like and subscribe if you want to see some more driving videos and tips to help you along your learner driver journey.